In today's video, Colin's fitness transformation.
By myself.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Powerlifter from ProPhysique.com, and today I have a special guest on the channel. This is Colin DeWay.
Hello.
Of Colin DeWay Fitness, and I will link his channel in the description box below, so go subscribe to Colin. I gotta say, his videos have even been better than mine lately. You put a lot of effort, dude.
Appreciate it.
High quality videos, so if you're looking for some good information from a good dude, check him out. But today's video, we're gonna talk about Colin's transformation because I find it very interesting, because I've known you for a few years, and at first you were against the Fitspo look. I'll never be the guy with shredded abs and no shirt on Instagram, and here we are.
Now it's all I do.
But what I'd like to talk about is not only the mental shift, but the change in your approach to training and diet and all these things, and even kind of maybe some of your goals, external goals that you've set for yourself. Because for a long time, Colin was a powerlifter. That was really where your focus was.
Yep.
And so let's talk about this timeline. So when did you get into going into the gym and just being fit? How long has it been?
It's been about 11 years because it was right after my son was born, and he just turned 11 a couple months ago. So it was.
So you got into the gym 11 years ago. What was your starting weight and maybe your goals at that time?
At the time, I was about 180.
Okay.
And I would consider myself pretty skinny fat at that point.
Okay.
I was never really overweight. I was always pretty skinny, but as I got older and as Teresa got pregnant, my wife, she kind of did the sympathy weight thing and started putting on a little bit more weight than I was comfortable with.
Okay, so what's the heaviest you got during that period?
The heaviest I've gotten in the 11 years was 210 pounds.
210 pounds. Okay.
And that was about 5 years ago now.
Okay, and that was probably at the peak. Now, I know you, when you first moved to Tampa, you were in powerlifting, because me and Lane at that time were still doing a lot of powerlifting blocks, and you would come in and do your powerlifting blocks. So let's talk a little bit about some of your best lifts as a powerlifter and why that focus has shifted. So what are some of your best lifts as a powerlifter?
My best lifts in the gym were 520 squat and 325 bench press and a 525 deadlift.
Okay.
At the time, all I really cared about was strength, and that's kind of why I got so heavy. I kind of got to the point where I was like, you know what? I don't really care. I just want to get strong, and putting on some body fat is going to help me do that, and being heavier is, it doesn't matter what I look like, so I'm just going to go ahead and just eat all the food. And about 2 years ago, I actually got off the platform for the last time 2 years ago at Nationals when you were there, and I was dealing with a lot of back injuries at the time. So it was kind of coming full circle, but like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe it's time to revisit that goal, and maybe it's time to try something else. And I'm big on not living life with regrets, and I always kind of felt like, well, if I don't ever actually try it, like I'll regret not doing it at some point. So let's go after it.
Yeah, and so Colin, I guess I don't know, I want to say it's been 2 years since we've been kind of working on this goal.
Yeah, it has been almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in October.
Yeah, so Colin reached out to me. I mean, we knew each other very well, but he mentioned to me like he was interested in getting on the physique stage, but you're not someone that just jumps in. You wanted to plan it out right. You didn't want to just get on stage. You wanted to get on stage looking like a physique competitor.
Yeah.
So we made some pretty significant changes to both your training and your lifestyle. Initially, we went on a fat loss phase to get you leaner, with the goal being let's build from a leaner base.
Yep.
Let's not start off with a bunch of body fat. And I think that went a little bit farther than both of us thought it would. I'll probably have some footage and pictures that I can put in the video here overlaying. And we got pretty lean last year. What was the lowest body weight you got to last year?
The lowest I saw on the scale was 165.
165. And what are you right now?
Way below what we thought. I'm about 169 right now.
Okay. Wow. So we're getting close.
We're getting there. But hopefully I have a little bit more muscle now. So.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt.
So it's probably the same leanness.
Every time I see you, I'm just like, damn, like you've literally changed the shape of your body. I know it's not possible, but it seems like you've gotten wider while your waist has gotten smaller. Like it's just you've created that illusion. So, for the purposes of this video, I think, what are your thoughts on the transformation thus far from going from, let's say, fat powerlifter to shredded bodybuilder?
It's a total change in mindset, all right? So you have to kind of get away from all that matters is the amount of weight that you lift, and focusing on technique and feeling the muscle and a lot higher reps. You know, when we first started, that was, it was just death, going from, you know, just doing singles and triples and stuff to sets of 15, 20, 25, or these 40, 30, 20, 10s you have me do sometimes. Like, it was brutal because I just did not have the work capacity at the time. So that was a real shock to the body. And, you know, it's just a totally different mindset.
Do you, are you pleased with the direction? I mean, you put so much effort to get to this place.
Yeah, I am. I have my moments. Sometimes it feels like, okay, this is a little bit too much for me. Sometimes, sometimes I feel like, okay, I'm not really a bodybuilder, even though I want to get in the bodybuilding stage. I don't have that, like, I am a bodybuilder mentality, and it's an extreme thing, obviously. So I have my moments where, like, I can't wait to get back to just like more regular training, not having so much intense focus on my nutrition, still paying attention, but. And then I have moments like, no, screw that, let's get shredded. So I'm always going back and forth, but. The big thing that you touched on that I would like to expand upon is the carryover that it has into everyday life and everything you do. And I find that with the gym just in general. People who, myself included, just get into weight training and you start to accomplish things that you never even thought were possible. And it really builds a big confidence that carries over into everything. And you do walk around with a different demeanor and you feel better. Now you feel like you can accomplish more things that you didn't think you could do. And I can tell you without question, I've made a lot of big changes in my life in the last 5 years. That wouldn't happen without the gym. I didn't have the confidence prior to that.
And I made a video on this topic yesterday about how bodybuilders are always trying to hit PRs, and I'm like, well, it's not that we're trying to just hit PRs. It's like that's the approach that we have towards everything going on in our life. We're just, you know, you're trying to excel, owning your own business, you know, being a father, you're going back to school now. To learn more about this profession that you're doing. You know, like, these are things that start to just bleed into everyday life, and I think that's the biggest takeaway for you guys. Like, this didn't happen overnight. He's obviously been in the gym for well over a decade. He's had multiple goals, but he's always progressed whatever that goal was. And so the transformation that you're trying to make right now, obviously you clicked on this video for a reason. It's not going to happen today or tomorrow. It's going to happen over time, and do not be in a rush. So make sure you go follow Colin's Instagram, which I put on the screen earlier. Go check out his Instagram and his YouTube, because he is going to be competing this year in October. We're doing back-to-back shows, and you know, I think it'll be fun to follow along that journey. He's going to get shredded this year, a lot more shredded than he got last year, and I'm just excited for him, man.
I appreciate it, bud.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Take care.